This is FurTheMore. It's a 3-day weekend convention where we bring together the furries here in Tysons, Virginia to learn from each other, socialize with each other, and basically just have a fun weekend and a great time.
How did FurTheMore start?
We were up at an event in Philadelphia called Festivus because New Year's Furry Ball had been canceled due to the hotel needing the space for actual New Year's Eve. The organizers of that event had put it together in under 8 weeks, at which point I looked at them, who were also my friends, and I said, I wonder why Baltimore doesn't have a convention. And so it festered in my brain for about 6 months, and then I just suddenly woke up one day and said, I'm going to start a convention. Who wants to help?
So what was the first year for FurTheMore?
The first year of FurTheMore was in 2013.
Is that young for a furry fandom convention?
I would call us a fairly young convention. Atlantic Anthropomorphic Society is the non-profit organization that is essentially kind of the legal business entity that runs the event. We're actually, right now, we're incorporated as a 501c7, but probably in about 4 or 5 months we are expecting to be reincorporate as Mid-Atlantic Anthropomorphic Association as a 501c3 charity. For FurTheMore, the charity that we work with, every year so far we've brought in Friskie's Wildlife and Primate Sanctuary. They're a very small wildlife rescue that literally has a bare minimum budget, and we've also helped in minor ways with other charities, raising food for the Maryland Food Bank, things like that. And as we expand into our 501c3 status, we're looking to develop other ways to help charities, such as being able to provide grants to other animal-related charities or other things.
Great. Can you tell me a little bit about your persona?
Oh yeah, absolutely I have one. I've actually got my gaming version picture right here. So Kit Drago is a hybrid of an Eastern Oriental dragon and a black melanistic caracal. A caracal is it's affectionately known as the African lynx. Basically, it just works down to I'm a dragon cat. Well, the dragons are always known to be very mystic, very wise wisdom. I like to think that I got a lot of stuff up in my brain here that I can use and be wise at times. Cats are very aloof, independent, but they can also be very resourceful when they need be. So I also look at it as kind of, which fits with the whole astrological thing of being a Libra. I like the idea that it balances between a very aggressive, very dominant type of personality as along the other side of a very more cuddly and affectionate type of personality. So there's a lot of people that like to say that Kit's a really great cat until he's a dragon.
Do you have any advice or anything that you would like to say to people who don't have a furry fandom community to be a part with? What would you suggest to them to get more involved?
Just look around. A lot of people are usually very surprised to find out that there's a lot more of their fandom, of whether it's furries or anime or comics. There's a lot more people around them than they may realize. I help with a lot of other furries up in Maryland to try to organize everything up there, and it went from being a few small groups of maybe a dozen people to now there's over 300 people, and most of them join our group and suddenly go, I had no idea it was here until I searched. So you just Google it and find the chat groups, find the meetup groups, and eventually it'll just kind of expand and you'll suddenly realize you're part of a whole community. If you want to know more about it, you can find a convention and go to it. Don't be afraid. Most of our fandom is actually very introverted. As a matter of fact, one of my colleagues that runs Anthrocon up north, Uncle Kage, stated, well, it may have been him, it may have been several other people, but I believe it was him that stated, our fandom is one of the most introverted fandoms in the world. We create our own characters and then we celebrate them. So all it takes is to come and kind of dip your foot in the end of the pool, and then you'll probably fall in and we'll all have fun.
Thank you.